This is going to be a hard episode for me. Because today I'm going to say things about this place that I never thought I would say.
Wow, it sent you on a journey.
It sent me on a journey. Not really.
Well, I did have way more easy things to say in the positive categories than I did the negatives.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, man, here's my long list of the easy things.
Yep.
And then the other things, I was really trying to I had to think for a while.
Yeah. I did too. I'm not sick, by the way. I don't want you to think I'm sick. My voice sounds a little scratchy.
We're 6 feet apart.
I know, but I'm not sick. All I'm saying is I'm trying to put you at ease. I've had to strain my voice.
Okay.
My vocal cords are a little distressed.
Yeah. It's kind of hot.
What do you mean it's kind of hot?
It's kind of dry. It's kind of
a
little bit.
kind of husky.
It's a little husky.
Yeah.
I think it's a good filter.
Oh, man.
It's a good one for today.
Honey, do you like this sound?
Cell C3. No, I like it for this episode, you know? We're talking about the South. It's just kind of like you've just had one too many backwoods.
Yeah.
This weekend.
What is a backwood?
It's like a gas station cigar.
Okay. Kind of like a Swisher Sweet type thing?
Yeah, but without the tip on it. It's just rough rolled tobacco.
Oh.
I mean, it's leafy.
The best.
It's just rough cut on each side. It comes in a pouch, like a Big League Chew pouch, and you just kind of pull them out.
So how many are in a pouch?
I don't know. It's been since college.
You were a backwoods guy.
I mean, one time or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's once you do it, you just remember the backwoods.
Yeah. Did you ever
probably get raspy?
Did you ever mess around with clove cigarettes?
Yeah, the blacks or the whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were called.
Kind of spicy.
Yeah, they were.
But
they had a good aroma.
Such a good aroma.
Yeah.
Smelled amazing.
Yeah,
But that's another path to get a strained voice like that.
Yeah. No, I have not been smoking backwoods. Just some vocal strain recently.
Pop quiz for you.
Yeah.
I love
pop quizzes.
My oldest kid, who is a girl, she turns 10 next month. And it feels different than any other birthday.
Okay. Talk more about
10.
that. Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal. I've been a dad for a decade.
Oh, yes.
She was also born on the 10th of the month, and so it's her golden birthday. And she fully understands what that means. So she's very excited.
Okay.
It's a double-digit day. It's her golden birthday. I want to do something that is significant for her. I'm trying to figure out what that is, you know? Like, she's going to have her party. She'll have her friends. She'll do all that. She wants to have a sleepover, which Rachel and I are still talking through. I don't know if that's worth it. I'll let them stay as long as they want to, but let's just go to bed.
There's a lot of stress that comes with a sleepover. A lot of mom and dad stress, I think.
It's so much stress.
Because you got other kids in your home.
Yes.
And you're like,
and I'm going to go to bed too. So am I going to force y'all to go to bed? You're going to go to bed right now? I mean, it's weird.
Yeah.
And at some point after 10 o'clock, you need to go to bed anyways. You know what I mean? Like, just go back to your own houses. Come get picked up or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're going to do all that. But, like, is it dinner? Do I take her to a movie? Do I take her for the weekend somewhere? You have an older girl. And I think it's different than a boy. And so anyways, that's what I'm processing.
Yeah.
Just wondering what's like good milestone stuff for our kids when they hit those like ages. 10 years old, 13 you're a teenager, 18 you're an adult, 16 you're driving. There's a lot of them that come through there. But
what's she into?
Reading.
Okay.
She's my cerebral,
mine too.
Quiet,
my daughter. Yeah.
Introverted girl. Loves piano.
What does she like to read?
Loves like Two Friends.
Yeah.
Gosh, she reads these series books, man. They're like big, like dragons and, you know, like big series books.
Yeah.
One of them had 15 books in the series.
Good
she's
gracious.
She's read more than I probably have in my life at this point. More books. So something low key, chill. But it's got complexity to it.
I'm going to be thinking about that for you. When is this? How far out?
Next month.
So you got
30
a little bit
days.
of time.
Yeah. I mean, she loves to go places too.
Uh-huh.
You know, travel would be fun. That's another date on the books and stuff. But maybe for a weekend we could go to the tiny houses or something, or
just something.
Yeah. Something that she's just getting one-on-one time. That's easy byproduct.
Yeah.
We never get that with our kids. It's always like, here we all are.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like I wish I had done that differently. Individual travel with the kids. I wish I had done that a little bit differently. I have traveled with all of them individually, but I wish I had done it more. And obviously still time with some of them, but like I can think back, I had to go to a work thing, a business thing in Atlanta a few years ago, and my wife would normally go with me on that. And I don't even remember what was going on. For some reason, she couldn't. Maybe we had a sick kid, something. Mm-hmm. So I took Jack, who's 17 now, but he was probably 12 or 13 when that happened.
That's perfect.
And I remember, like, I kept all the restaurant dates that I had lined up for me and Kim. So they're fancier, nicer restaurants, places I'd wanted to try. But, like, I taught him, we ate really well. He loves to eat. I taught him how to tip that first time,
That's cool.
So, like, I've still got the picture of him, like, looking over the thing, how to calculate the tip. And we want to round up and, different things like that. I took my daughter to that same thing in Atlanta one time.
Yeah.
I've taken Jack fishing. I'm about to take Wilbur. We're going to go shoot some birds.
That's right.
That'll be fun.
20 gauge.
This weekend. We're headed out this weekend.
Good. Yeah, that one-on-one time, man. Honestly, I think we could do almost anything. I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like, well, what's that one thing? It's like, I don't know. Just drive to the plateau. I'm
the same way. I want it to be.
Just do something.
I always go into stuff like that thinking, man, I gotta this has got to be highly curated.
I think they just want to be with me.
They just want to be with you.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
They want to be with you.
Yeah, so
you could go stay in a Motel 6,
some adventure. Yeah,
and walk out to a park and just shoot the bull for 48 hours.
Right,
they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's time with Dad.
That's good. Yep. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. I love that.
That was my pop quiz for today.
That's a big deal, dude. A dad for a decade.
Right? Isn't that wild?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then I have this way that I think about parenting. I'm still counting, and this might be why it's significant. Up until this point, I have been counting up with their ages that I am with them. But dude, in 8 years... she's 10. In 8 years, I'm counting down. Mm-hmm. So I think for the first time, I'm counting down with her.
Dude, you're going to make me cry. You're getting emotional.
Yeah. I got 8 years.
Well, you got longer than 8 years.
That's right.
But in 8 years...
But I haven't counted down ever.
Yeah.
I've always just been like, next year you're gonna be 6 years old. We're gonna do 8 years old. And it's a different way to look at it.
I don't know. I have definitely looked at it that way as our older kids are getting older. It's like, oh man, we got 3 years left, 2 years left, 10 months, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but I've never really just let it sink. Like, oh, now I'm counting down. Mm-hmm. Now I'm counting down 3 out of the 4.
Mm-hmm. Like JD's, you're counting
8,
up.
Yeah, I got a good solid decade with him.
Yeah.
But the other 3 are,
Yeah, that's wild.
We'll have 3 drivers this year.
Crazy. Diggity. That's crazy. A lot of oil to change, bro.
Dude, I'm excited about it, though. You kidding me? I'm prepared. Yeah, you Shout out, change the oil video.
Change that oil. Post that thing. Those are my next reels that are coming out. Doing that one.
Was it you who had this idea to talk about what we love and I used the word hate.
I used the word
love and hate.
I said love and don't love.
Okay, so you were a little softer.
Because it's the same thing you're talking about. It's like, am I supposed to go all in on the hate? Let me look. I don't hate all of the things that I put in the hate bucket, but I don't love it.
I do.
Oh, good.
I hate them.
Let's go. So the title of this is going to be what we love and hate about the South.
I think the thumbnail should say what I hate about the South.
Jeez.
I think you go big.
Let's go big.
You go big.
That's great.
It's clickbait.
That's very clickable. That's very clickable.
And I think our faces,
I would click on that.
I think our faces on the thumbnail need to be like, in fact, let's just do like a little pause, like a little, like,
Just,
like that.
You
so that then Matt,
and we're going to use that.
Matt, who makes the thumbnail, he can like go, oh, I'm going to get a really good picture. So we're really angry.
So angry about these things about the South. Okay. All right. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah. What we love / don't love
It's
about the South.
And as Southern gentlemen, it's
kind
of like we're back talking.
And that's true, dude. I mean,
like we're back talking.
Neither one of us came here from somewhere else. We were both born here.
Right.
You know, I would guess, I don't know your family's history, but I would guess your family has been in
just East Tennessee forever.
Forever.
That I know of.
Middle Tennessee on my side.
Yeah.
So it's something that it's just part of us.
Yeah.
Like, this is part of us.
Right.
So to sit and go, what do I not like about this place? It was now, once we get into that, I think you'll probably go, dude,
well, yeah.
You kind of phoned it in on that. I don't know that I went so deep.
Okay.
But
okay. I'm glad.
You want to start with what we love?
Let's go with what we love. We'll finish with the hate.
Okay. All right.
The hate.
End with the hatred.
My first one is the kindness of the people. I think we have such just kindness. Driving, social scenarios, conversations. It might be a little fake. You know, it might be a little sugar-coated. That's the backside of it. But I don't care. They're very nice. They're just some good, hospitable, like, look out for each other type people.
Yeah.
I love the kindness of the people of the South.
You basically covered all of I wrote down 3 things that I love and 3 things I hate.
Okay.
And my third thing was the people.
Oh, love
the people.
Okay.
And it was all about hospitality.
Yeah.
Service, being willing to help your neighbor.
Service is good.
Being willing to go tow somebody out of a ditch or take somebody a meal.
There's a communal part of it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I don't
like we're gonna hang out and we're gonna help each other if we need it.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I don't know, looking at any of these, that any of these are exclusive to the South.
Sure.
Like, I think elsewhere you obviously have people who are hospitable. You have people who do care about their neighbors.
These are broad strokes today.
One thing I think is a little unique to us is I was kind of looking around. I made part of this. This is one of my notes about the people. One thing that I think is a little bit unique to us is the politeness.
Mm-hmm.
I think manners here are different.
Is this another one of yours?
No.
Okay,
that falls
this is within the people.
For me, it falls under people. Like, I made notes about hospitality, service, politeness.
Manners.
You know, holding a door for someone. Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
Right.
I can't think of other places in the United States, at least, where that is really
the emphasis.
Yeah, where there's an emphasis on being polite to other people.
So the big disclaimer here is that this is not exclusive to the South. These things are not exclusive, but they are emphasized.
Yeah, and I think politeness is one of those that we kind of have the corner on that market.
I do too, which is why
you go to New York City.
Sugarcoating thing is there. Like,
you go to New York City,
bless your heart. Nobody's blessing anybody,
and there ain't nobody saying yes, ma'am, no, sir. Yeah, holding doors open for people. It's just not happening.
You're just going.
You're just going.
You're just
You're
out
lucky
there.
to stay alive.
You're just out there.
You're just out there.
Surviving.
Concrete jungle.
Oh, dude, it is.
One other thing I love, one other little minor thing that I love about our people, the accent.
Ooh.
I love a Southern accent.
What's your favorite type of Southern accent? Mine's going to be like, did you ever watch House of Cards?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name on there that was from Montgomery, Alabama? Like the main character.
He was from South Carolina.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. He's from South Carolina.
The drawl.
Oh, the drawl.
That's my favorite kind.
Yeah.
I love a good old man that has a long drawl to it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Man, I'm going to have to go over there and grab my phone in a minute because I wanted to.
Are you going to play something for me?
No, I want to send you a link to something and I want you to play it. And then and then when you play it,
guess where he's from?
No, I want we'll get to that in a minute. I want to maybe include like, a little screenshot of the clip as you're watching it.
Okay.
Like in the corner because dude,
note that.
One of the things on here, we haven't gotten to it yet. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I
cannot wait.
I'm jumping ahead of ourselves.
But I did not even think of the accent.
I love a Southern accent, but here's the disclaimer. It can't be put on. You can't.
No.
You can't.
Don't manufacture that.
Don't manufacture it. Don't fabricate it. Don't
squeeze it. Don't juice it.
Yeah. If you're like really leaning in. Now, if that's the way you
see
talk.
that happening? Maybe on social or something, or people that are just like.
And maybe just movies, media has kind of put more of that in my brain.
Out.
Like Kevin Spacey in House of Cards is a great example.
Yeah.
To me, that's a little bit put on. Like
yes.
That foghorn, leghorn.
Dun, dun.
I'm like,
It's true.
But a normal Southern accent, I just think is hard to beat.
It's heartwarming.
Yeah.
It really is. It's almost easy to listen to.
I'm going to say it's sexy.
Or do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the right. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's a Southern accent that I don't like. Because there are some different types,
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to go with that. I think so.
Yeah, I love a good Southern accent.
Have you ever been told I love your accent? Because I don't hear mine.
I don't hear mine either. But yes, I have heard that.
Yeah, I think I have too.
If I go to other places.
They're like, whoa.
Or if I meet somebody who's not from here and we're having a conversation, they're like, oh, yeah, you can hear. And I go, really? You can hear that?
Huh. Yeah, the way you do.
Yeah.
That's funny. Good, very good.
We covered people. I'll tell you, my number one thing, and I didn't rank these. I didn't rank them. So I'm not saying
I didn't either. I just start spitting them out.
But I love the food.
That's my...
Bro.
That was on here. That was my second one.
I love the food. I don't know how. I just made just a quick and dirty. I went, okay, if I close my eyes and think about Southern food, biscuits, cornbread, greens, chicken and dumplings, fried chicken, red beans and rice. You could take anything. I don't know of a single thing that I would put in that Southern food category that I don't love.
That you wouldn't eat it.
That I wouldn't eat it.
I agree.
Macaroni and cheese, banana pudding, like
it's got so much heritage. Like if I think about other regions of the country, I'm thinking about like a what is it?
And maybe they do have it. Maybe they do.
What's the thing in the Northeast? The bisque or the.
Yeah, like a lobster bisque or
chowder.
Chowder.
Okay,
how you like them apples?
So like that's it.
Yeah.
Chowder.
Yeah.
Up in Minnesota, it's going to be whitefish, right? It's going to be stuff from the lake.
Yeah.
But there's not like the Minnesotan thing. They have cheese curds.
Maybe
cheese.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we're a little bit ignorant about that.
For the South, it's just like a meal.
It's just
there's a lot of it.
I feel like the treasure box is just deep in the South.
It's not one or two things.
It's not.
That's good.
Pizza? No, I'm just kidding.
You got to get into the top 5 cities.
That's
for that.
not our thing.
We're not going to be on the map for pizza.
Yeah, I think we
Detroit
got some good pizza places, but just the heritage, the tradition around
it goes
Southern
with that hospitality.
Food. Yeah, I think so.
Because it's just that like warm cooked thing.
Yeah,
you just like when you're eating a lot,
dude. Man,
I'm hungry.
Yes. And I know that's and you could even dip into, I think with food, you could talk about spirits. I mean, Kentucky bourbon, Tennessee whiskey.
I had on here, first of all, I had hospitality. So I'm throwing that one in there. That one's off. But I put food, but then I put that food and drink
Yeah.
to it. The Bourbon Trail, Jack Daniels, the moonshine, like there is some Southern spirits.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like the tequila that you get from Mexico.
Yes.
The South has those spirits.
Now you can
are known for it.
You can make bourbon anywhere in the United States. You can make bourbon.
Right. But you can't call it bourbon.
No, you can. Absolutely.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Kentucky,
dude,
that's
a lie.
That is not a lie. Are you serious? We're going to do this right now.
I'm 100. But Winston, trust me, bro.
Okay. I do. I'm shocked.
You can make
You
bourbon.
need to debunk this.
The largest producer of bourbon in the country is in Indiana.
But it's called whiskey.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing as champagne. It's got to be from Champagne, France.
It's not true.
That is true with the champagne.
Oh, that's true.
It's got to be. It's sparkling wine.
I know that. But bourbon can be made anywhere in the United States.
Every distillery I've been to in Kentucky has said that. Are they lying?
They are lying to you.
There's not like a law.
I'm gonna get my phone.
In the state of Kentucky.
No.
That's like, look, you can have the same mash bill, the same recipe, the same everything, but if you're going to export this from anywhere outside the state lines of Kentucky, then you have to call it whiskey. You cannot call it bourbon. I thought all bourbon in the whole world came from Kentucky.
Nope. Tennessee makes bourbon.
I don't care what happens the rest of this episode. This has changed.
This is eye-opening.
A lot of what I'm thinking about today.
Oh, yeah.
This is a
bourbon, and I'm going to get this wrong until I look it up.
Good thing we got the drink thing out of the way for the South, because this has derailed me completely.
Yep.
What are you going to look up? Like the Kentucky statutes? Bourbon statutes? You're going to have to prove it to me.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that.
What's the Indiana distillery?
Bourbon is a type of whiskey. Must be produced in the United States and contain at least 51% corn in the mash bill. The mash bill is like the recipe. The recipe. The mix of grains. So the rest can be other grains like rye, wheat, malted barley. When the bourbon goes into the barrel, it must be no more than 125 proof when it goes in the barrel. And it must be bottled at a minimum of 80 proof.
This is crazy.
And I'm pretty sure there's something about being aged in new charred oak barrels.
New charred oak.
Yep.
Dude, I'm not arguing with you anymore. Because I know
your mind is blown.
You're kind of the master distiller here in this room.
That's not true at all. But I do know.
You're very smart.
I know.
You're very well educated. While bourbon is strongly associated with Kentucky,
right?
It can be made anywhere in the U.S. so long as it meets these requirements.
That's correct.
I need to take a breath. I'm sorry, Kentucky. You've had way too much clout. They have way too much clout.
Well, because
guys like me are walking around who I would consider myself fairly educated on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't read you the mash bill.
But I just thought they have clout because they do it better than anybody else does it.
Sure.
They have the clout. Kentucky has the clout.
Bourbon comes from Kentucky.
Yes. Well, I don't know how to define that.
Like the market share.
I know the largest producer of bourbon in the United States is in Indiana.
Okay.
So, but I know that there are more bourbon distilleries in Kentucky than there are in any other state.
Yeah.
But I don't know if all their production, you got some big ones. Brown-Forman, you got Four Roses, you have,
Are those not Kentucky?
Yeah.
Those are.
Yeah. So you have some big ones for sure.
Sazerac did buy Buffalo Trace, so I think it's Buffalo Trace.
Yep. Buffalo Trace, Sazerac, Jim Beam, Wild Turkey. All of those are Woodford Reserve. That's a Brown-Forman product, but all of those are Kentucky-based bourbon distilleries.
Okay. I hope all the listeners right now fell out of their chair like I did.
I don't know.
I just thought that's what it was. Were you surprised that I was surprised?
I was surprised that you were surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bought way into Kentucky.
For good reason. There is a really good reason for that.
I didn't think you would go anywhere in the United States to be like, let's go on this bourbon tour in Indiana.
Well, you might not go on a bourbon tour because there might not be that many. I mean, the one in Indiana is like a mega factory.
If I'm going to start a bourbon company,
yeah,
I probably wouldn't do it in Tennessee, but maybe I would now.
I mean,
because I can call it that.
There are plenty of bourbon distilleries in Tennessee. Now, now Tennessee whiskey.
We're going to take a left turn. I'm about to blow your mind on my next one.
Tennessee whiskey can only be made in Tennessee.
Why? Because you call it Tennessee?
It goes through a very specific process, the Lincoln County process, that is a process unique, and it may even be like it might be
protected. It would have to be.
It might be. I don't know that, but I think
anything can be made anywhere the same way.
Yes.
Tennessee whiskey
is a thing.
But Kentucky bourbon.
Well, obviously Kentucky bourbon can only be made in Kentucky, but bourbon can be made anywhere in the U.S.
I think this is all labeling because I think they're all using the same recipes, different aging things.
I mean,
different humidities of the storehouses. But
that's a whole different layer.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you get into rick houses and storage,
that's what I'm saying. But it's all kind of What do you want to call it? It's all marketing at one level.
At some level,
what you're saying, there's not a lot of law in it. And I thought there was a lot of law in what you can call something.
Well, there is when you talk about bourbon.
Because of the recipe.
Because of the entry point or the proof level that it goes into the barrel, the bottling proof.
So when you go to the store,
recipe,
you're shopping for a good bottle of bourbon. I'm just going to buy a nice little. I'm going to get a good $50 to $100. Mm-hmm. Are you thinking about where it comes from at all?
Yes.
The state?
Yes.
You are. So it still has an influence on you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not going to give a bottle of bourbon that doesn't come from the state of Kentucky. They do it better.
Okay.
If I want to give a bottle of Tennessee whiskey, that's a different thing.
A lot of
choices. And you got Jack Daniels. You have George Dickel. You have Peg Leg Porker. You got Stable Reserve. You got all kinds of places. Leaper's Fork. Amazing people who make great Tennessee whiskey. Kentucky does bourbon better.
Yeah. All right, you ready for my next positive?
I'm ready. Well, hold on. One more little note to this.
Okay.
Because when you think about food and drink, I also think cocktails. And, dude, some of the most legendary cocktails ever have come from the American South, including your favorite.
The martini?
Get out here.
You hate martinis.
The Vieux Carré.
Did it really?
New Orleans.
From the Louisiana Purchase?
Yep.
Right
New Orleans.
Right before we bought it from the French?
French inspired, but it originated.
Did it really?
That recipe originated in New Orleans. And New Orleans has a very rich history when it comes to cocktails. So I think
it's kind of like Memphis
anything
and barbecue.
Food and drink related.
Did barbecue come from the South?
I don't know. This might make me sound dumb because this might be I want to say the act of barbecuing meat. I mean, first of all, cavemen did it.
They were eating whatever they could.
Meat over a fire.
Right.
But I think the first barbecue that we kind of know of, maybe, I almost don't want to say it because I might be really wrong.
I think
originated in Korea.
Oh, geez.
I think.
Here's my assessment. I think the way that the pig became valuable was through slavery. I think it was not seen as a
throwaway.
It was kind of toss away stuff. So they would give it to their workers, and they would start. The slaves were the ones that made the pig famous.
That may be
they
true.
They learned how to.
I don't know
use it in different ways and stuff.
I feel bad. I should know more.
I thought bourbon was only in Kentucky.
No.
I also think that barbecue came from slavery, but I could be wrong.
It could be. I think when we think about American barbecue, the Midwest, Kansas City, St. Louis, I think there's a rich thing out there.
Yeah, they got us beat.
But obviously, the Carolinas, Texas,
Carolina
Tennessee,
barbecue.
Memphis,
Alabama white sauce.
Mississippi, Alabama. Yeah.
Gosh.
We have a lot of really great barbecue for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we are the originators of barbecue. I don't know.
That's good.
I should know more about
Let's
that.
just leave it at I don't know.
Okay, leave it at I don't know.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, can't wait.
I think the people are prettier in the South.
Oh, I agree.
You do?
1,000%.
What is it? Is
Dude,
it just...
There ain't a better good-looking woman on this planet
Yeah. Than the South.
than a Southern woman.
Just a Southern woman. Right.
And why is that?
I don't know, but I put it on here. Again, it is not exclusive to the South.
I agree. I was going to say.
Men and women included.
There are beautiful people everywhere.
Everywhere.
But we are densely populated.
Man, what is the deal?
I don't know.
So I'm going to put the people are
know.
pretty in the South.
That is a really good one. That's a fun one.
That's a good one.
Because I've never been to an Ole Miss game, but people always tell me, like,
Right.
you go to Ole Miss,
Yeah.
every daggum
Right.
female walking around is just a 10. And I
Yeah.
go, what? Why is that?
I don't know.
Is it the
South.
water?
Is it blue jean shorts? Is it the
Don't get
style?
me started on blue jean shorts, bro.
Why? Anti this or that?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I
Blue
keep
jean
begging my
shorts.
wife. I'm like, honey, can I buy you some cut-off blue jean shorts?
Can I just cut some for
'Cause
you?
she wore them growing up, but they were a little bit baggier. You
Right.
know, now they're a problem.
They're a
walking
problem.
around. You're like, oh, I can't look at that.
But I think they're in style. Like it,
They've come
they're
back for
widely
sure.
accepted.
Yep.
Even for moms,
But some of them are pushing the boundary.
they're on purpose.
It's just like,
They're do me shorts.
okay.
Do you know what I'm talking
Okay,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
That's what you're saying.
But
That's what you're saying.
it is,
But blue jean shorts had to have come from the South.
I mean, they're
Did
called
blue
Daisy
jeans-
Dukes for a reason. Hazard County, Georgia.
That's right. So I'm just gonna leave
I
that
don't
one
know.
there. I think we could handle
Let's
our
leave that one.
we could handle our argument
Yeah.
if somebody
I
we
just
might get a
know-
lot of hate for that one.
I just know they are a problem. They are like, they really test my self-control.
Right.
Because, like, how do you not look?
Well, they're
how do you not look?
They're
But
cut on purpose.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
okay. Do you have any more?
I do have one more.
Okay, one more. I got one more.
I love the art. I love the art
are
of
an
the
art
South.
guy.
And I don't mean,
even know what that means.
I'm not talking only about
Framed art.
Framed art that would sit on a wall, but I made notes about music, literature, traditional art.
Okay.
We are, the South is the birthplace of rock and roll. You have Ike Turner, you have Little Richard, Elvis Presley, all came from Mississippi and Georgia. You got the beginnings of bluegrass music. Bill Monroe in Kentucky. You've got the home, the blues started in the Mississippi Delta. I don't know that
Jazz,
you can,
Memphis.
well, maybe, I don't know.
Memphis. B.B. King.
Well, that's the blues.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he's not jazz.
B.B. King's not?
He's a blues musician, man.
Oh.
Come on, this is.
Bro, I apparently don't know a lot.
You thought bourbon was only in Kentucky, and you thought B.B. King was a jazz musician.
I barely passed music history in college.
I
That shows
don't.
you why.
I think we have
okay,
a deep
jazz
history
came-
for jazz, but I'm not sure that jazz originated in the South. I don't know that.
I'm more confident.
Dixieland jazz for sure.
I'm-
New Orleans,
I think
Mississippi.
New Orleans and Memphis. I'm going to put my money on it. I'll
Okay.
look it up after
okay.
this.
Okay. I
And
hope so.
we'll split lunch.
I hope so. That is even a deeper history. But you have so much
Yeah.
rich music tradition
Yeah, that's good.
that the world enjoys. The world enjoys
Yeah. Yeah.
because of people who came from the American South. You have literature like To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee,
Huck Finn.
Huck Finn. Now a lot of people, that's a little bit. This can be an argument.
Oh, okay.
Not between me and you.
I'm just throwing stuff out there now. You're
But-
the expert today.
But, Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, was born in Missouri.
Ooh. Are they the SEC? Or?
That's a little bit of a problem. Now, I am of the opinion that
apparently Texas is the South now.
Well, I include them.
Okay.
I'm of the opinion that if Mark Twain is not a Southerner, then you and I aren't.
Uh-oh.
So I include him. So
we need him.
I would include the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I would absolutely include those, and I feel like they beat a very Southern heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, those novels.
Yeah.
But then you've got just modern day people. Wendell-Berry. You ever read Wendell-Berry?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I don't know.
Now he's probably going to pass away soon. I think he's in his 90s.
Okay.
Wendell-Berry is a treasure out of Kentucky. Rick Bragg. You ever read any Rick Bragg? Mm-hmm. Oh man, Rick Bragg. Even a more modern day guy or younger guy, Harrison Scott Key, who lives in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
I just think we have
Andy Andrews.
I talked to Andy yesterday.
Shout out to Andy.
Andy called me yesterday.
He's deep south.
Brother Andy, deep south, down there in the
great accent
in the Gulf of America.
Great accent.
Oh, great accent. So I put in there music, literature. I do think traditional art. You know, this guy Bradley Gordon, that guy Blake Gore. There's the Willie Nelson over there, Sam Ryan, David Arms here locally. I think we have some incredible artists.
Just go ahead and throw country music in there.
Oh, I had country music.
Jeez.
I mean, bluegrass, the blues, gospel, country music.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I had
I'm so sorry.
I didn't throw out names for country music, but I mean,
gosh,
country music
worldwide.
And then here's my last one on the art side, and this is where I'm gonna pull up my link and send it to you.
Okay.
Storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I love the spirit of storytelling that we have in the South. Mm-hmm. That I think is there could be a good argument for it's unique to us. Mm-hmm. Now, are there good storytellers everywhere? Yes. But we have this rich tradition, heritage, and man, there's something about it's a
generational.
Yeah, it is a thing in the South.
It's prioritized.
Now, I'm going to send you a link right here, okay? And I want you, will you be able to pull this up right here?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And play the volume? Because I think it would be neat. I don't know if you've seen these guys. I just discovered them. And this is my new obsession. When I say I cannot stop watching videos from these guys. All right, let me find it. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Here it is. All right, all right. Mm-hmm. There it is right there. Well, all right. Now I'm gonna send you this link. Copy the link. Go over here. Text it to Winston. All this is taking way too much time.
I'll tell you what. Is
all
this
right,
like a short video?
Yeah, just play this. I want you to watch this and play it. I want to be able to hear it.
Okay. All right.
But we were catching so many fish, it was like work. It become a burden. It done got late at night. Everybody done got tired and sleepy, and we still had fish to dress. I was over there just dressing fish. I was shucking them. A group of folks drove up, and they said, did they have some fish? I said, well, sure. And they said, we won't dress fish. I said, well, no, I ain't gonna give you none of my dress fish. I don't put too much effort into these. Well, it escalated from there, and it went to, I had an invitation by one of their spokesmen to step out here in the plowed dirt. Now, I had been to the plowed dirt before, and with all the confidence of a Dominica rooster, I stepped out there in the plowed dirt. And before he got ready, I did the old hop, skip, jump on him, and I hit him as hard. I come through South Louisiana with a right hook over the top, caught him on the chin just flush. I mean, I knocked the fire out of him. I'm ready to strut around a little bit, you know. But that old fella, this is all he did. He didn't stumble. He didn't bleed. He didn't fall. Now, the next part of the story was a blur for me because the next thing I knew, the biggest, strongest, hardest hand wrapped around my head in the plowed dirt. And every time I'd exhale, I'd see a little puff of dirt. He said, we're going to get some of your fish. I said, help yourself.
Dude,
Have you seen that?
No. There's so much to say.
So this is a group.
There were subtitles, by the way, for people that had no idea what was going on.
Yes.
I would not know what was going on.
But this is the Hayden, Alabama podcast. And I had no idea this existed until about 3 days ago. And somebody sent me a link
Those
to
guys
that
are
video.
doing a podcast right there?
Yes. And dude,
It's just some gentlemen, old dudes sitting around listening to these guys.
and there are a couple
Telling
younger
stories.
guys, couple older guys. They mix them up a little bit and might have different people in, and they just tell stories.
Oh,
And
my
they
God.
are incredible.
Can we have them up here?
I have already reached out.
You have?
They're probably too big for us to even care. Right? I mean, like
They're busy.
they got 60 or 70,000 YouTube subscribers.
They don't need
and
us.
No, they don't care. They don't care. But I would love
That guy,
to have them on.
he has talked like that for every day of his life.
Yes.
And there was nothing about him that acted that out.
No,
It didn't matter if there was a microphone or 100,000 people in front of him.
it wasn't
Or
manufactured.
if he was just talking to his kid.
No.
That guy was just saying the story.
But dude, but
It came straight up through South Louisiana.
but there's an art to it. Like his comedic
Yep.
timing
Yeah.
is perfect. Like when he says, and that old boy just did this. Like,
Yeah.
and then he goes,
he's pretty dry about
yeah.
it.
And he says, now the next part of the story is a blur for
It's
me.
a blur for me. It's perfect. It's so good.
I have laughed.
That's a gift.
That's a gift.
You give me the transcript to that.
Yeah.
I embody it again, and you would just be like, next.
Nope.
Next.
There's
Thanks for playing.
something about storytelling in
That was
the
the
South.
perfect example.
Dude, I am just obsessed with that group. But you've got another guy. There's another dude named Sean Dietrich. People call him Sean of the South.
I love it.
Just unbelievable. We have this, and I think Mark Twain.
When I read his stuff, I
Yeah.
am just a different person.
He is one of the greatest storytellers that I think has ever lived, and we get to claim him. There's something about storytelling. We have a national storytelling festival in Jonesboro, Tennessee. I don't know if you know about this,
No.
where thousands and thousands of people descend on little Jonesboro, Tennessee.
Wow.
I've been to it as a teenager. My family went to it years ago. It's incredible, and
Probably
it's
had
just.
fried Oreos, too.
I think we probably did, or fried Twinkies, or something. You know.
Yeah.
But I think storytelling falls under that art thing, and
Yeah.
I think we do it differently than a lot of other cultures. Not saying that other cultures don't have great storytellers, but I think we've got a rich, deep history when it comes to that, and it's
That's
an
a
art.
good one,
It's
man.
an art form. So those were my three things:
good.
food and drink, art, and the people. Those are the three things I love.
Yep. I think we nailed it. We nailed it. That's
Did you
all.
have any more?
I had one more. I do love the spiritual element of the South.
I get that.
Not exclusive.
Yep.
But there are the old joke is there's more churches than there are people.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of right answers out there, and some cheapening of your spiritual depth that comes with it. That you just know all the answers because you're just inundated with it.
Yeah.
But I think the benefits drastically outweigh the stereotypes of it. I think it is a little easier to connect to your spirit with the pace of the South.
Yeah.
And because there is that availability of that weekly routine or the community that comes with it, or, people are hustling down here too. Again, the big stereotypes are there, but there's something bigger for a lot of people.
Yeah.
There is a spiritual faith element.
Do you think there's more of an open-mindedness to that type of thing?
I don't know if it's necessarily more open-mindedness, because I think there's a lot of open-mindedness in the country, but I think the availability of it
Yeah.
is much greater here. The spiritual density, I feel, is higher in the South than it could be in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, it does.
So,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Now we're going to talk about some things
Okay,
we
let's get this over
hate.
with. Hate it.
hate about the South.
Okay, go first.
My number one thing
You're number one. You did rank these.
I did rank. Well,
Okay.
the first thing that I listed, the humidity.
Amen. Summer. Mine was
The
summer.
freaking humidity.
Summer.
I went on a little bit of a rabbit trail. Do you know what state in this country has the highest rate of humidity?
Gosh, jet streams. Us.
Alaska.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
that was a little shocking to me. Outside of Alaska
I'm telling you.
is the South.
Okay.
Outside of Alaska,
I was thinking a state in the South was.
no. I was going to throw you a little curveball.
Alaska has the highest.
But outside of Alaska, it's Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, the humidity in the
Swamp.
South is
You need gills.
it's oppressive.
You need gills
It is
to
oppressive.
walk outside.
Yes. I detest summers in the South.
Thank you.
I detest them.
Thank you for that.
Now,
I feel like we're rare.
little on the flip side,
People die for the summertime.
fall in the South, I should have added it to what I love. Fall in the South
I agree. Yeah.
is my absolute favorite of all favorites of all favorites.
Maybe just simply because of the relief that you get.
Maybe because dude,
But the
the
colors are
summers
beautiful.
are just brutal.
They are oppressive.
Brutal.
I don't stop sweating.
Yeah.
I sweat. I call it 2 shower season. I'm showering all the time.
One article I read said, "quote tropical like weather conditions." Then in the South, in the summer, we experience tropical like weather conditions. That's not good. That's not good when they're saying you're basically like the Amazon rainforest down here.
Just tropical Tennessee.
No.
We should
No.
start putting palm trees out.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. In fact, I'll say I hate it.
I
hate
hate-
the summers in the South.
I hate the summer.
Yeah.
I love what we're going through right now.
Yes.
But the summer, dude, yeah. Gosh, I
know.
can't handle
I
it.
know. Me neither.
All these people complaining about it being
You-
cold outside. I'm like, would you rather not be able to breathe?
Well, and that's the thing. People are like, yeah, would you rather be cold? When it's cold, dude, I
Maybe.
can build a fire. I can layer up.
Maybe.
You can't get naked enough in the summer to be comfortable.
No, you have water droplets.
It's impossible.
You have water droplets on your face.
Coming from places you didn't even know produced
Didn't
moisture.
even know.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
You got to stain check everything when you get up out of your car.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right.
That's my number one thing.
A close cousin of that is the bugs. Speaking of tropical,
Amen.
I don't know how we didn't get involved in the Zika virus when it came out those years, and it was like kind of in pockets of Miami and different things. But dude, the bugs and the mosquitoes and the chiggers, the ticks,
terrible.
I have alpha gal now because of those freaking
I know.
bugs.
You don't stop talking about it.
I'm just gonna keep. There's people out there that want to know. We're kind of a community now.
The alpha gal
And
community.
you won't understand it.
Alpha gal.
You won't understand it
I know.
until you can't eat a good steak.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, the bugs are awful.
The bugs are awful.
They're awful.
Yeah.
So,
And they come with the humidity.
also what happens,
double whammy.
The summer is just kind of the sad period of my life. You can't breathe outside.
Yeah.
Bugs are eating you alive, giving you alpha gal diseases.
There it is again.
And you can't hunt anything. I mean, you could go out there and shoot a squirrel.
Yeah, you can
There might be
fish.
some all season stuff, but I don't really want to go out and sweat
That's
through
true. Yeah.
my bobber just floating
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
I don't enjoy fishing. I said it on Southern Gentleman podcast.
Yeah, I love a good fish.
You love a good fish. Okay.
I love good fish.
Okay.
I don't do it enough, but I do love it. It's peaceful,
It is peaceful.
and I don't mess with the fly
It
fishing
gets you
stuff.
through the season.
I tried the fly fishing thing. It's too involved. I want just a point and click where I can just stand.
Yeah.
just have
I'm talking about
fun.
fishing. I'm just casting and reeling.
Yeah, I'm just,
Trying a different bait.
yeah,
I don't know.
Yep. I think
Okay.
it's fun.
All right. Well, no hunting in the summertime. It makes me sad.
No, I get it. I hate tornadoes.
Wow.
I hate tornadoes.
Really? Are you scared of them?
Dude, I'm not really scared of them,
Okay.
but I hate them. And we only get them really east of the Rockies. And you've got, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
The Great Plains.
Yeah, the Great Plains, Midwest. But we get a lot of them, too.
We get severe weather.
And I hate tornadoes.
Okay.
I hate the way the sky looks. I hate all the fear that comes with it. Yeah. I hate the way it makes my kids feel. I hate the destruction when you see it on TV.
Yeah.
I hate tornadoes. Hate them.
This might blow your mind.
You love them.
The angrier the weather gets, the closer I feel to God. The weather makes me feel close to God.
Yeah, walk me through that a little bit.
Well, when there's a straight line coming through, I will go out on the porch and watch it come through.
I do like that part.
It's just
I do like that.
You get that
part.
rain wall.
Yeah.
The breeze that drops.
I do like that.
I feel invigorated. I'm like, I am so small and God is here.
Yeah.
That's what's going through my mind. And I include tornadoes in that because
I think that's a very fair take, and I appreciate it. And I'll say, like, a good thunderstorm all day. Give me that all day.
Yeah.
I could sit on the front porch.
Tornadic activity. No thanks.
Not my thing.
I didn't grow up with it. So I grew up in Knoxville, and it's in a valley.
Yeah.
And Rachel's the same way. She has like trauma from tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like the weather person telling you to get your bike helmet and get in the closet. So she's very scared. I'm going to the front door. She's going to the closet. So that's just how we live.
Yeah.
And that's probably part of my ignorance.
I wonder if summer will be better for you this year because of the pool.
It's going to be great.
It's got to be better.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Kids can't stop wanting to go out there.
Yeah. I hate tornadoes.
I don't like them either.
Yeah.
I don't like the bad
parts.
But
you can appreciate the bigness of God
in the phenomenal magnitude of weather that we can't control.
Man.
It's incredible.
The vocal cords are really struggling.
We're almost there. All right. What else?
What else you got?
Well,
I said tornadoes.
I've got a little bit of this, like, there is some backwoods thinking in the South.
Okay.
There's some old things that generationally, if you get into the pockets of it in the South, it's not good. Racism.
Yeah.
How we see other people.
Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really hate the narrow thinking sometimes that people haven't caught up with 2025, you know?
Yeah.
It could be very benign, like buy a domestic truck, even though everything's international now and we got jobs in Tennessee for Volkswagen and Chattanooga. Or it could be very, very, very destructive, like racism.
Yeah.
And I hate that about the South. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that's so sad.
It's probably somewhat connected to my final one, which is fake people.
Mm-hmm.
Fake hospitality. This, I call them bless your heart people. And by the way, when I say that, I love the phrase bless your heart. I love it.
That's right.
But I think it can be used as a weapon a lot of times.
Very condescending.
Very condescending, very degrading. And I think we have this, we do have a
superiority or something.
A subset of people in the South who they want to do things for looks purely.
Yeah.
Whether that's serving at church or bringing a meal and they're not doing it from a genuine place of like, I want to care for someone. I want to serve someone. They're doing it strictly so their pearls can look right and their in their handbag, and they can just look and present themselves in a particular way.
That's good.
And I don't like that about the South. Stereotypes are there for a reason. And I think that stereotype does hang with us. This, they're all fake. They're not really. They're smiling at you, but they're not really. There's a certain part of our culture that's real.
You can feel authenticity, and you can also feel manufactured care.
Yeah.
Like you're either truly doing it and you've separated yourself from the outcome of giving your help to somebody, or you're completely doing this for yourself.
Yeah.
I hear
Fake people, fake hospitality.
Another one, and again, I don't hate this, but I do think our education is lower. I think our education's on the lower end compared to other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see that.
We're trying to catch up. We're doing
I
what
think
we can.
we have more rural areas.
We're
probably.
doing what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of smart people come out of the South.
A lot of them.
But if you're just going to pull up the stats, like on paper, what our schools are doing versus other parts of the country, it's on the lower end. So I am not going to put that in the hate category.
We got more street smarts.
That's right. More art. More music. More food. We will cook you a great meal, but don't ask us to solve that algebra equation. Lord.
You just said all of our people are dumb.
No, I didn't.
That's what I heard.
Jeez. See, are you like in the comments already
it's that
trying
alpha gal kicking in?
Yeah, well, it's bad. And you won't get it in the desert because there's no ticks.
Those are the things that I hate about the South.
That's it. That's good. That wasn't so bad.
No. That's what I thought. It didn't hurt so bad. I know. You went a little bit deeper than I went. You know, I stayed kind of up here on like humidity, tornadoes, clutching your pearls. You went a little bit deeper.
Yeah, a little more complex. I mean, there's some education. There's some narrow thinking.
There's the yin and the yang.
That's right.
I like that about us.
I do too. You have completely blown my mind on all these things. Alaska, bourbon in Kentucky. This is out of control. Vucare from Louisiana.
I know.
Amazing.
Did you have anything else, or you want to go to the mailbag?
That's it. Let's mailbag it. I think we are stocked full of mailbags.
There are a lot of questions in that bag. I'm going to tell you real quick.
Tell me about this.
We had people who listened. There's a young lady who lives here in Franklin. Her name is June Hutch.
What a great name.
I know. She's French American. She's a seamstress.
I bet she knows what a Vucare is.
Oh, I can guarantee you June knows what a Vucare is. But June reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, I got this old shotgun shell bag. It's yours if you want it. I was like, that thing is perfect.
A shot shell bag, for those that don't know, is what?
Yeah. You would strap that crossbody, or I guess you could just put it over your shoulder, and it carries your shotgun shells, carries your empties.
So good.
And you can walk through the field with a 12 gauge or 20 gauge or whatever you want, and
that's really cool.
Shoot birds or clay, whatever you want, and then you just that's
they don't make them like this no more.
No, they don't, man. They don't. They're all modernized now, or they're in a vest. Like I wonder how old that thing is. If we could find another one and try to figure out how old that thing is. But June kindly gave that to us, and then I was like, man, we need to put mailbag on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I popped it on Instagram, like, hey, does anybody know who can do something like this? And Ashley from Ashwood and Hawk. Mm-hmm. She's a great human. She's got an amazing, huge laser engraver set up in her garage shop. She was like, bring it to me. She's in Spring Hill, and she knocked it out in 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
So they contributed and made the mailbag for us.
What a community
effort.
I know.
Look at that.
It looks so good.
I thought that was pretty great.
We're going to do 2 today.
2 today. I love it.
You know, we're stocked full. This one looks to be from Instagram because it's Carrie VDH.
Okay.
Best way or ways to encourage wives in a tough season. Job loss, youngest child graduating, etc. I have an answer for this.
What is it?
I think 5-8 years ago I would have read the words encourage as very action based. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I got to find the right words. I got to come up with the perfect thing to say. What I've realized is my wife feels the most encouraged by simply sitting with her in her disappointment, in her tough season, and asking her questions that help me understand where she is emotionally and being there with her in that emotion. Don't take over the story.
Yeah.
Don't make it about me. I just want to give her space to just process it with me, and that is way more passive than it is active. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then somehow it's encouraging.
Yeah.
Because they know I'm just there. I'm on your team.
Yep.
And I understand it. You're not alone, and I get it, and I'm with you in it.
I think that's
Because
really good.
I can't. Let's see. What were these examples? Job loss. I can't control that.
Yeah.
Youngest child graduating. I can't control that either. Like these things. What am I going to do? Go fix it?
Yeah.
You know. So that would be my answer.
I'm similar. I do ask a question a lot, which is what do you need right now?
Great question.
I ask that question.
Yeah.
And that might look like the response I get might be nothing. I just need you to listen. It might be I'm exhausted. I'm going to go lay down and take a nap. Can you handle the dishes? Absolutely. It might be I need to get away from here for a day. Can you work at home a day? Excuse me. Can you work at home a day and let me go get a massage and just tool around by myself and go to the library or whatever? So
That's
I think for my experience has been there usually is some action that I can take, but I don't want to just jump. I used to just jump in and trying to fix stuff.
And you're guessing.
Yeah.
You're guessing at that point.
And I want to know. I've learned. I want to know.
What do you need?
What does she need?
Yeah.
What do you need?
What do you want me?
Yep. What can I do to help?
How can I help?
And that could come in a variety of forms, but
That's good.
But yeah, that's how I
Love
would approach it.
I think we crushed that one.
We
honestly.
did crush that, dude. We're great husbands.
Wow, we are so good. I mean, I think we're kind of PhD level at this point. Jake, Buckland, Maine?
What's the word? What's the letters?
M-A.
Massachusetts.
Really?
Yeah.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Is that how we say it down here?
Chowder. Yeah.
Shout out. Maine's M-E.
Yeah, Maine is me.
All right, Jake. What is your best dish or meal to cook and why? Not your favorite, but your best one. Mm-hmm. It's a good distinction.
Do you have one automatically that you go to?
I really had perfected the smash burger last year, but I'm gonna go with a chicken parmesan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I've mastered that one.
You've mastered it.
Yeah. And it's simple.
Yeah.
You think, can I really do this? And
Dude,
yes.
the chicken parm.
Chicken parm is
a good chicken parm is.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yep. So, yeah, I like it on a bed of noodles. I've learned how to do noodles really well, where they're not sticky, and you put cold water on them after they're done, after you've strained them, so that they stop cooking, and you throw a little oil in there and spin it around to make sure that they don't stick to each other. And that's how I do my noodles now.
Yeah.
You can also reuse them again the next day, and they're not. You know what I mean? Noodles again aren't very good, but if you put oil on them, they'll store better. And then the chicken parm is just your flour, egg, milk.
Yeah.
Dredge it through breadcrumbs, and then it's all about the cheese on top and a little bit of sauce, and you put it back in the oven to make it all melty all together again. Yeah, chicken parm would be mine.
I'm pulling up all the details of mine.
Okay.
Mine would be right now a New York strip.
No kidding.
I feel like I have really dialed that in.
Yeah.
And I can make you
Very underrated.
Yeah, I mean it's got a little. It's
good.
not a fillet. It's got more fat content than a fillet, obviously, but not as much as a ribeye. I should probably try ribeye. People rave about ribeyes, but
Yeah.
we're a strip family.
It's a little more lean than a ribeye. It's kind of in between a ribeye and a fillet.
Yep, and I have, with the help of our friend Joe,
Yeah.
I have really dialed in
Okay.
my New York strip. Now, here's what I will say: I've got good equipment,
It's
so
helpful.
I think that is really helpful.
It's like anything in life.
But I do. This is all very detailed.
Give me that high level.
I'm going indirect
Smoke.
on my smoker. I'm using a smoker, and I'm going indirect heat, 225,
Wow.
and I'm going to
It's
get
a reverse
those.
sear.
Yep, and I'm going to get them up to 120. Then I'm going to pull them. I'm going to tint them with foil, and then I'm going to remove that indirect plate, and I'm going to crank that smoker, that cooker, up to as high as I can get it.
Yeah.
700, 800 degrees.
Or you have to burp it before you.
Yes. And when it's really hot, I do the trick that Joe taught us.
Yeah.
And I
throw it in the flame.
I take my steaks and I put them directly on the coals. 60 seconds each side. And I'm very, very, like, I'm timing that. I don't want them to go more than that.
Scientific.
60 seconds on each side. And I pull those things and let them rest 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And, dude.
Do they char?
Oh, yeah.
They're like black char on the outside. Gosh.
But it's not.
Did you salt and pepper them? That
that is one thing I was going to add.
Did?
I have been using a seasoning out of Birmingham, Alabama called Miss Rubin's. If you go to their website, MISRUBINS.com, they have a seasoning called Black Magic. It's got charcoal.
No kidding.
In there. It's got some other things. And I do a heavy coat of Black Magic on both sides of the steak. Mm-hmm. So then they're in there, 225, bring it up to 120, ramp it up, throw it right there on the coals, 60 seconds aside. And it is freaking delicious.
That sounds
and it's
phenomenal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So that's my best one. That's the one I feel the most confident. Like, I could go deliver that to you right now, and I would be shocked if you weren't like, this is the best steak I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I'm starving.
I know.
That sounds amazing. Oh, man. Well done.
That's good.
Thanks for sending these in. Good questions.
Things we hate about the South. That's the title.
And love.
And love.
And love.
That'll be really little on the thumbnail.
Just a heart.
The big one will be things we hate about the South. And it's going to be us going like...
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. And keep coming back, y'all.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out the other videos on our channel. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos.
And if you're tired of seeing our faces talk, you can go the audio-only route and catch us on Apple and Spotify. If you do that, be sure to subscribe, give us a rating and a review so that we can reach more people.
See y'all next week.